Welcome back to Meeple Village. Today we are going to be doing a full playthrough of Tyrants of the Underdark. This is the Dungeons and Dragons world where we're going to be mixing two really cool mechanics. One, deck building, and the second one, area control. So why don't you just join me at the table and let's play Tyrants of the Underdark. Alright guys, I have the game almost set up. I did most of the setup, but I want to go over it with you, of course. So the game board is over here, and we're playing a two-player game. We're going to have the orange team go against the blue team, or Mizrim go against Zoldra. Yeah, the orange versus the blue. And in a two-player game, instead of playing with the whole board, you just play with the middle. See these pink lines that indicates kind of your borders. If you're playing in a three-player game, then you pick either the left side or the right side, and you play with the middle and one of the sides. And then in a four-player game, you use the whole board. So in order for me to get confused and go into areas that I shouldn't, I put the market right here covering it, and the player board also making the game a little smaller so that everything can fit on camera. Well, again, two players, so I have spies in this little container right here, and then regular troops there. I got the deck. Everyone's deck at the beginning of the game is going to consist of 7 nobles and 3 soldiers. And another thing that we need to do at the beginning of the game, of course, shuffle our decks and then draw 5 cards. So we'll do that right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the orange. And shuffle, and 5 cards for the blue team. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there we go. Alright, the other thing that I've done is I placed neutral units in any space that has, actually I left one out, 2 out. So any space that had these swords, they're going to contain neutral units. Now we're ready to go. Now I think I've got them all. These don't belong to us. We're not playing with that specific city or area. And the other thing, also I placed the, what do you call it, the tokens for the 3 cities. If we control them, then we're going to start getting some benefits each turn. If we total control them, we're going to start getting even more benefits. What's the difference? Control means having more units of your color than any other color units. And total control means having all spaces in a city of your color. And you'll see that as we play. Don't worry about it if you understand it right now. All right, we have to prepare the market. And in the market, we're always going to have some cards that are available to purchase, kind of like in other deck builders, like Dominion, where you can always get the green cards, the point cards. But for us, it's going to be the house guards, and they have a matching picture. And it's going to be this Priestess of Loath, which I just played against the Priestess of Loath during my, what is it, Legend of Dreads Dungeons and Dragons run through. So I see how, it is the Dungeons and Dragons world for sure. Today, because we didn't pick the faction that plays with the Insane Outcast, we're not gonna put the Insane Outcast there. But if you play, I believe, with the demons, then the Insane Outcast will be here as well. Victory points, and these are going to be the bar cards, which means out of the game. And then here's our market deck, and the way we put it together is by combining 2 half decks. And I have the spider deck, which I think is called Drow, and then the dragons. You can see their symbols. All these cards are Drows, all these cards are dragons. I take 2 of these half decks, and they make a deck. So now we gotta shuffle all these. Okay, and I also noticed on the board I still missed a few neutral units. So I think now we're good. It's easy to miss, but there you can tell that the units go there. It's just I might have not been paying much attention. Okay, so market deck, and then we're gonna populate the market with I believe it's 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. All right, and we're ready to start. I've given the first player marker to Mizrim, to the orange player, just because they're up there on top. We need to put our starting unit in play. So starting with first player, we can put a troop in any of the starting places. And you know that it's a starting place because it has a black background. So that's not a starting place, but that is. And I can put my unit in any place where there's not another player yet. And since I'm the first player, well, that doesn't apply because there's no player anywhere. But let's see. I know I'm going to go here. Reason being, this is the best bang for your money as far as controlling a city. So that's kind of like a closed place, but also it can lead me down here as well. So I'm going to start there. And then the blue player would pick, and well, they know that that's a contended area, so they're going to get as close as possible to that one as well. So now with our 2 starting units, we can go to gameplay. So there's a reminder on our actual player board of what a turn order is like. And in any order, we could play a card, deploy a troop, assassinate a troop, return an enemy spy, recruit a card for an amount of mana equal to its cost, gain VP for your sign control, and then discard your play cards and draw 5. So first, we're going to either play a card, deploy a troop, assassinate a troop, return an enemy, or recruit. And the way we do that, all of that, is by playing cards. So we can do as many of these as we want, as long as we can pay for it. So let's see what cards are in our hand. Okay, so when you're looking at these cards, these are just where they belong to, and some of the cards might reference obedience cards, and that's what that means. It's a noble, we have 4 nobles and 1 soldier. And then if we look at the bottom, that's where you'll see what they give us. And this is just flavor text, so we can just ignore it. But the voice of a drow from a noble house carries the weight of 1,000 commoners. This guy gives us mana to recruit other cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 mana to recruit, and then we have 1. I guess we could call it soldier. Soldiers defend their superiors against all enemies. So with 1 soldier, we can deploy a troop. And then the mana, we're going to go to the market and see if we have something that we can purchase for 4 mana. Okay, so when we deploy a troop, we have to deploy it into a place where we have presence. And what is presence? Well, presence means that we're there. Presence means any space adjacent to where we already have a troop. So we are adjacent to this path space, so we could deploy a troop there. We could deploy a troop here on the city where we're in, or we could deploy a troop here, except that we can't because there's a troop already there, but if it was empty, we could. So anywhere that is adjacent to where we already are has presence. Now, unfortunately, I can't do much about this unit right now, so I can start traveling down south, or I can start getting more control over the city. I think it's kind of important to begin controlling and moving towards the big city, so I'm going to go ahead and just place my unit there and kind of make my way down. So that was my soldier, and I've used them, and now I have 4 mana in my hand, and I can go to the market. Let's take a look and see what I can acquire for 4 mana. So actually every card in the market is 4 or less mana, so I could acquire any of them. So I'm going to choose one, then show you, and I'll also show you what the cards look like. I don't want to spend a lot of time showing you all the cards, but I will show you how what the information is on the card, and then we'll put it in the discard pile and we'll go from there. Okay, so I'm choosing to purchase or recruit the green wormling, which again, this is just, if any other card refers to Guile, that will be that. He is a dragon. He costs 4 mana. And this is the information down here, what he's going to help us do. He's going to help us place a spy. And then if another player's troop is at that site, gain 2 manas. I'll show you how to place a spy as soon as I get it back into my hand. Again, this is flavor text. Now, this information, it tells you here, it comes from the dragon deck, half deck, which you already knew. And then this information is how many victory points it'll give us at the end of the game. 2 if it's in our hand or deck or discard pile, and 4 if it's on the inner circle. And the inner circle are these things that are here. Don't worry about it too much. I'm sure that there's going to be cards that are going to let us put cards in the inner circle. You see how that's done. But once the card is in the inner circle, you can no longer use it. It's kind of like you are taking it out of the game but it's going to count for points at the end of that game. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and put the card I purchased in my discard pile, and then as soon as you purchase a card, another one comes out, and this one costs 5 mana. It's a little bit more expensive. You can see the value up here. But with that's it. I don't have any more cards in my hand, so at the end of my turn, I go back up to 5. Actually, a couple of things happen at the end of my turn. That was step number 1. Step number 2 would be to gain victory points for your side markers, which are these things. But I don't have any side markers yet, so we can skip that. And then 3, discard your played cards, which I did. I've been doing it as I played, but you do it now. And then number 4, draw 5 cards, which of course are the 5 cards that I have left, which means I know that I'm going to have 2 soldiers and the rest are going to be nobles. But we move on and we go to blue player. Let's see what cards he got. And he got exactly the same thing as the orange player. 4 mana and 1 soldier. Of course, it's early yet, so it makes sense. Are we going to have soldiers and nobles? What else would we have? Anyway, so let's see. Deploy a troop. Now, he wants us 3 points, so I think I'm going to be a little, just give more presence here and try and total control it and then spread around. I don't know if that strategy is going to work for me or not. We'll see. And then I have 4 mana. What is blue player going to get? So the blue player is going to go for Dragon Claw. Assassinate a troop. Then if you have 5 or more player troops in your trophy hole, gain 2 swords. Of course, we're not going to get this to trigger this for a while because we don't have anything on our trophy hole, but it will trigger eventually, so we're just going to take it now. And this is a human, and it's from the Malice, I guess, order. The card we buy goes in our discard pile, or not buy, it's called recruit, but you know, feel like I'm purchasing things. And then another one comes out, and all the cards that we played go into our discard pile. If we had any tokens, we would get the benefits now. We kill all our troops, and then of course we're going to draw back up to 5, which is everything that's left. And with that, we're done. We go back to our orange player, and of course he's got 2 soldiers and 3 nobles. So this time we have 3 mana and then 2 soldiers. Fortunately, with 2 soldiers, there's nothing we can do as far as to assassinate a troop or to return an enemy spy. We need 3, but we can deploy 2 troops. We can do this twice. And since orange is on a mission to get to that city down south, I'm happy to deploy 2 troops. We're gonna go here, and we're gonna go to Canagling, making our way to Senville. Oh my gosh, these names. Senvillic, something like that. So that was my 2 soldiers, and then I have 3 mana. So for 3 mana, I'm gonna get this human, and he's gonna give me a little bit of versatility. I can choose one, either soldiers or mana. So that way during my turn, I can kind of pick what I want or what I need the most of. The card I picked goes into my discard pile, and after this turn we should be getting more interesting combinations of things because we're starting to get cards that were not in our starting hand. So all of these that we played go back, and then at the end of our turn we're going to draw back up to 5. Our deck is empty, so just like in any other good deck builder, we're going to shuffle, and then we're going to draw 5. And we'll take a look at these during our turn. Alright, back to, so I'm guessing blue has exactly the same thing. Noble, yeah, 3 nobles and 2 soldiers. So deploy 2 troops and buy something for 3 mana. So let's see. Okay, so with the 2 troops, we'll have total control of, what is this city? Chet Nasad. And then with 3 mana, we are going to get the Spell Spinner, which also gives us a choice. Either we place a spy or we return one of your spies and supplant a troop at that spy's site. You'll never know your mind is not your own. And I know there's a lot of words that you might not be familiar with, like supplant, assassinate, but you'll see all of them happening as the game progresses. Don't worry. Let's go ahead and fill the market, and then we've played all of our cards, so we don't have a token. we discard, and then again we have to shuffle because we ran out of deck. Then we're gonna get 5 cards into our hands. Okay, now it's the orange player's turn. Let's see if they got any of those new cards in their hand. Alright, I see a noble, I see a soldier, but here's our card that we just acquired. Here's also our wormling and another noble. So let's put the nobles together. We have 2 mana, 1 of these, but we can make it 3 if we combine it with that. First of all though, let's try and see what we're going to do with this card. It says place a spy. If another player's troop is at that site, gain 2 manas. So we're going to have enough mana if we place a spy where there's another player's troop. I know the orange player just got a card that actually lets him do stuff when he picks up spies. And because of that, I will go ahead and place a spy here. It's not the most convenient place, I will say. I would rather place a spy in one of the cities so that I can start doing things, because the spy does not have to be placed in a place where you have presence. Remember, presence is adjacent to where you already are. So the good thing about a spy is that you can place it anywhere on the board, and then it gives you presence. So from now on, orange player has presence to this spot and all of these spots. If I could get rid of some of those, it would be great. And remember, I have 2 manas. And then I had another 2 manas from my noble. So I'm sitting at 4 manas. I'm going to go ahead and spend those 4 manas at the market. And then I'm going to have 3 soldiers. So the orange player is going to go all in with those spies. He picked another card that lets him place a spy or return one of your spies for mana. We'll see if that strategy pays off. The card I picked up goes into my discard pile. We refill the market. And then with my 3 soldiers, with the 3 swords or soldiers, whatever you want to call them, I can assassinate a troop. Or I can return an enemy spy, but there's no enemy spies out there. But I like this assassinate deal. So in order to assassinate, I have to have presence. So I could assassinate, let's say, this white troop right here because I'm adjacent to it. But since I have a brand new spy there, why not get rid of one of the troops from the enemy? So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and start hurting. This game is all about hurting the other player. And this little guy goes into my trophy hole. If you read down here on the player board, that's my trophy hole. And there's a card that talked about having 5 units in the trophy hole. And if that player had 5 units in the trophy hole, something starts triggering. So if that was the orange player, which I honestly don't remember, I think it was, then he's on his way. He has 1 out of the 5 that he needs. Alright, so I've discarded all my cards. We refill the market. We have to draw another 5. Okay, there's a 5. And then let's go to blue player. Let's see if he got any of the new cards. And he did not. He got soldiers and nobles. But that's okay. He's going to make do with this. This is not bad. He's got 3 manas and 2 soldiers. So he's going to buy something worth 3 at the market. And then he's going to deploy 2 more troops because he cannot assassinate with only 2. Only thing he can do is deploy 1 deploy here, 1 deploy there. But that means that he's going to get all his cool cards later all together, right? Alright, so we'll go ahead and just fill that up again. We're not giving up on that place. And then let's go south, because I know there's going to be a big fight for these 2 cities. And also up there eventually, I'm sure. Alright, so now we have 3 mana. And for 3 mana, he's going to get the Advanced Scout, which is going to let him supplant a white troop, which basically means assassinate a white troop and then replace that place where the white troop was standing with one of your troops. So the one we just got goes in the discard pile. We refill here. And if we had any tokens, we would be able to get the benefit now. But for now, we are going to discard our hand and get another 5. Okay, there's 5. Orange player's turn, and the end of the game triggers by 1 or 2 things. One is one of the players runs out of troops, and you see we got still ways to go. And the other way is if the deck at the market ever runs out. Most of the time when I play this game, one of the players have deployed a lot of troops, because now we're going kind of slow, but as we build up better cards, we're able to deploy more stuff. So that's usually what I've seen happen in the game. I've never seen the market run out. But let's go ahead and take a look at the orange player's hand. So now it's the orange player's turn to have just starting cards in their hand, and it's the same thing, 3 nobles, 2 soldiers. So we'll go ahead and deploy, and we're going to get up here so that now I have presence here in Tsenvilik. If I'm ever able to assassinate some troops because I have enough soldiers, I can do that from there. And then with the 3 mana, let's see. I am going to get the Worm Speaker, which is a dwarf, and he's going to give me 1 mana, plus at the end of turn, promote another card played this turn. And what promote means is putting those cards in the inner circle, which means I'm going to lose cards, never to be seen again in the game, but I'm going to get better points at the end of the game. For example, if I promote this card, it goes from giving me 1 point to giving me 3 points. It also means I can start thinning my deck a bit. So spies and thinning, that's orange player's strategy. We'll discard that, we have to refill. And this is an expensive card, we'll put it at the end. I like to keep them, I don't know, how do you guys do it? I like to keep them in order of how much they cost. If you look at my, I haven't been doing it like too aggressively, but I have been kind of keeping them in order. So that's a 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 5, and 7. It's just easier for me to keep track of what I can acquire. I always do that. Anyways, 5 cards, which I don't think I have 5. I have 2. I'm gonna have to shuffle, which is great because I love seeing the new acquired card. No, of course. Gotta be careful, because that happens in this game. You knock everything down. Come here. Okay. This was here. At least now it's easy. I remember one time we're playing the game, and someone moved the board. Everything dropped. And it was really hard to put it back. We to this day we don't know if we did it right. I was just trying to knock that guy down because he's not really a playing troop. He's on my trophy hole, but since he's on the board, it's confusing. All right, 1, 2, 3 more. Okay, there we go. And now back to blue. 3 nobles, a soldier, but we got our cool card, Dragon Claw. What's it gonna do? Assassinate a troop. Then, if you have 5 or more player troops in your trophy hole, gain 2 soldiers. So I know there's a spy here and I have presence because he's next to me. I could have presence to him, but actually I cannot assassinate spies. Spies are not troops. Spies are spies. The only way to get rid of them is by spending 3 soldiers and putting it back in the player's, area. So those don't count to trigger the end of the game. Troops are just the plain basic shield kind of, units. The spies don't count. So I can't kill that spy, unfortunately. I would love to kill me an opponent's, another player's, enemy, but they just kill mine. But I can't. But I can assassinate a troop. I can assassinate a white troop. And let's do it. Let's assassinate this white troop, and it still goes on my trophy hole, so it still counts as those 5, because it says then if you have 5 or more player troops in your trophy hole, then I will get two swords, 2 soldiers. I don't right now, but I'm getting there. So that was that card. Then I have 1 more soldier, so it means I can deploy another troop. So I will deploy another troop, and I'll put it right there where that guy was. That way I have presence to the city. And now I have another 3 mana. For 3 mana, this is the only card that I can afford. Actually, I could afford one of the ones that's always there, but why not? Plus 1 mana and assassinate a white troop. Let's take this dragon. Yeah, these 2 are always available. For 2 mana, I can get a card that gives me 2 extra manas when it comes into my hand, and for 3 manas, one that gives me plus 2 soldiers, which is not bad. But we're gonna stick to those fun ones, the ones in the market for now. I've used all my cards. Let's refill the market. It's a 5. So let's put it here, and at the end of my turn we go back to 5, and of course I have 1, so we gotta shuffle. The orange player got 3 nobles, but then 2 special cards. Let's see. Let's do the Watcher of Thay first. Choose 1. Place a spy or return one of your spies and you would get 3 manas. Now it seems like I'm gonna have a lot of mana this turn. Here's 1 more mana. So I would have 1, 2, 3, 4. If I return my spy, I would have 7 manas. And there is a card for 7 manas. The green dragon is a 7 mana cost. It's gotta be good, right? Choose one. Place a spy. We like placing a spy. Then supplant a troop at that spy site. Return one of your spies. Supplant a troop at that spy site. Then gain 1 VP for each site control marker you have. Don't have any control markers yet, but I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to return my spy so I can get this 7 mana card. So he comes back to me, and yeah, I mean, how can I not get a 7 mana? It just seems like it'll pay off, right? And then we'll, this is a 2. And then there's actually one more thing we can do. Let's see. Yeah, here's the one we bought. These are the cards we've played this turn. And if you look at the Worm Speaker, that gave us +1 mana. At the end of turn, promote another card played this turn. So I can promote any of these cards and just get rid of them for good. So I will promote a Noble. It's going to go from giving us 0 points to giving us 1 point, which is not one, but it's not much. But I'm thinning my deck, and I won't see you again. So this card goes into my inner circle, and then all my other cards that I've played go there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I get another 5 cards. And yeah, the game is afoot. I replaced it, yes. So let's go to blue. Does he have any special cards? Yes, he does. Let's see. Okay, I see a soldier, 2 nobles, but then we have an advanced scout. Supplant a white troop, and we also have a dragon claw, assassinate a troop. Then if you have 5 or more player troops in your trophy hall, gain 2 soldiers. We're still not there yet, but let's supplant the white troop. So remember, when we supplant a troop, we take the troop, we assassinate it, and then we, replace it with one of our own. So blue is already on his way to control that city. So I know it might look like the orange player is doing more, but don't be fooled. All right, and then Dragon Claw, assassinate a troop. So we'll assassinate this one and be on our way. Then if you have 5 or more player troops in your trophy hall, we don't, but we are at 3. We're getting there. So that one's that. And then I have 2 nobles and a soldier. Let's see, another troop that we can deploy. So sure, we'll go ahead, and we're tied for control here. But soon, right? The orange player needs to do something about this. And then we have 2 manas. So for 2 manas, we can get this. I think so. Let's see. So for 2 mana, we can choose one, either 2 more manas, or at the end of the turn, promote another card. And thinning that deck is going to be important later on in the game. Okay. So the card I just got goes into the discard pile. We replenish with a 3, so perfect. And all the cards I played go into the discard pile. We get another 5. All right, back to orange. And you see the turns go back real quick. All right, so orange has 4 nobles, and then that green wormling. Okay, we know it's 4 manas from the nobles, and then place a spy. If another player's troop is at that site, gain 2 more. So we can have 4 plus 2, 6 mana, or just 4 and place a spy wherever we want. But I think we do want to place a spy where there's an enemy troop, because I don't have presence here, not yet, and Mr. Blue is really taking advantage of me not being there. I need to start assassinating those troops. So I'm going to do that, and I get 2 extra manas with that. And then that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 manas. So what can we get with 6 mana? Alright, it's only going to be 5, and the extra one is just lost at the end of the turn. But I'll get the doppelganger, supplant a troop. Nice life. I think I'll take it. Being able to start supplanting the blue troops with my own orange troops seems like a really good plan. And then we have a 3. So we'll move all of this. Okay. I've played all my cards. I still have no tokens. I get another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, there's my hand. The blue player has noble, noble, soldier, noble, noble. Okay, so just a starting card. So 1 soldier, so let's place another troop. We'll continue to go south. And then 4 manas. What can I get with 4 manas? Let's see. The blue player is going to go for this bounty hunter, which is going to give him extra soldiers. Seems to always be needing those soldiers. With this one card, we can assassinate someone or send a spy back into the orange player's hand. Put it in the discard pile. Replenish here. It's another 7. Put it back. All the cards I played go away. Another 5. I have 2 here. 3. So I need 2 more. Orange has soldier. Oh, it has a pretty good amount of cool cards. So soldier, and then 2 special cards. Let's take a look at them. All right, we got the dragon cultist, which is going to let us get even more soldiers or some mana. And then we have the spell spinner. Choose one. Place a spy or return one of your spies and supplant a troop at that spy site. So if I return one of my spies, I can supplant that troop wherever that spy is. I have my spy here, so I will return him, and I'm going to supplant a troop there. You bet it's going to be a blue guy. So now we are tied. No one has control, but I'm kind of keeping it so that blue doesn't get control of that city. So that was Guile, and then Spell Spinner. And then for my Dragon Cultist, I need to decide. I have 3 soldiers already. If I use my Dragon Cultist for mana, it's only 2 manas, and all I could get is that card, so not too thrilling. But if I use it for soldiers, all I'll be doing is deploying another 2 troops. But I think we're going to do that. We're going to, first with 3, we get to assassinate a troop, and you bet we're going to assassinate that. And then, so that's these 3. And then I have 2 more, so I can deploy 2 troops. We'll definitely deploy a troop here. And we'll get control of Erindling, just in case. We could also go here or start moving up. I'd rather place my spies up there instead of having to go through the path. It's a waste. To me, it's a waste of troops if you have to put troops on those paths. When you can easily get to other cities by means of spies. But, you know, it is what it is so far. So all these cards get discarded. I replenish, yes. And we get another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And now we have 3. Everybody has 3 troops or units in their trophy hole. Okay, blue is, yeah, they have 2 nobles, 1 soldier, and then 2 special cards. We finally get our bounty hunter. It's going to give us 3 more soldiers, and then the black wormling is going to give us mana and assassinate a white troop. All right, let's do that. So if the orange player wasn't here, I'd probably assassinate the white troop that's right there. But now that the orange player is there, it's like, well, you know, that really doesn't bother me. Problem is, I don't have presence anywhere else. I'm here, but there's nothing here. Presence here, but there's nothing there. So the only place where I have presence there's a white troop is the Araumikos city. And so I'll go ahead and do it. I need to get to 5 to start triggering that other ability. So I will do that. I also have 1 mana. I have 2 more mana here, so that's 3 mana. With 3 mana, I'm just going to get a Dragon Cultist. Gives me a little bit of flexibility during my turn. Okay, now I have the Bounty Hunter gives me 3 soldiers, or 3 attacks, or whatever you want to call it. So I get to assassinate something. So of course I'll assassinate, and that gets me to 5, so that's great. And then my soldier lets me deploy a troop. So we'll deploy right here. Still fighting for control over this place. Alright, I have no tokens yet, so everything gets discarded. I need to replenish. So mana 2. Alright, let's get another 5 cards. Good. Back to orange. Alright, orange has 2 soldiers, 1 noble, and then this card gives us more mana and helps us to promote another card at the end of the turn. And what else? Oh, the Watcher of Fate. Place a spy or return one of your spies. We don't have any spies out, so let's place one. Alright, so we already have presence here, although there's only 1 troop here, which can, but maybe right now we'll get to more. So I don't want to place my spy there. I already have presence to this city, so I'm going to place my spy up here in that city. Brand new city that no one has touched. So that's my place a spy story. Then I have, let's see, I only have 1 soldier. So I'm going to go ahead. No one has presence here but me, so I'm not worried about losing that. If I place my troop, my unit there, I have control because I have more troops than anyone. I have more troops than the blue player, and I have more troops than the white player. So what I do is I take the token and I put it on the control side. So now every turn I'm going to be getting +1 mana, and that happens right away. If I get total control, I will get 1 mana and 3 VP. So okay, so with that extra mana, I have 1, and then 2, and then 3. This is the card that lets me promote at the end of the turn. And with 3 manas, I'm going to get this one, which again gives me a little bit of flexibility, either mana or assassinating a troop. And that goes in my discard pile. Now I still have one more card that I haven't played, which is the Spell Spinner, which again I can choose one, place a spy, or return one of your spies and supplant a troop at that spy's site. So I can bring this guy back and supplant a white troop, which is not bad, or I can just place a spy. I think I'm going to place a spy, and I think I'm going to place a spy here. I want to keep presence, and if for any reason those 2 troops get, I don't think that's going to happen though. You know what? I'm not. I'm gonna play like a brave soul. I'm going to bring this guy back, and then I get to supplant a troop at that site, which means that I get control of this other city, giving me another mana, which I could have used to buy something better, but I didn't. I'm not going to go back. It matters how you play your cards. But now I have 2 extra manas every turn until someone comes and takes away control of my cities by having more units than I do. Then at the end of my turn, I have a card that lets me promote one of the cards I played this turn. So which one's it going to be? I think it's too early in the game to lose my big cards that are helping me, especially that one. I don't want to promote that one. So I'm just going to promote my Noble. I think I'm getting mana in other ways pretty efficiently. There. I already have 2 points in my inner circle, slowly but surely. And then at this point, if my tokens gave me victory points, I would get the victory points from there, but they don't have victory points, just mana. And then draw another 5 cards. Gotta replenish that market before we go to the blue player's turn. Okay. Blue player has 2 soldiers, and then a few special cards. Let's see what we're gonna do. Okay, first, the Dragon Claw. Assassinate a troop. Then if you have 5, and I think we finally done it, so we're gonna trigger that. Supplant a white troop, and choose one, and we can either get mana or promote another card. And we have some soldiers that we can promote. Okay, let's play these out. First, I'm going to play my Advanced Scout, which is supplant a white troop, and I'm going to supplant, if it comes out, this white troop right here, which means killing that one. And since we're now tied, the orange player loses control of this city because we're tied. So that's that one. And then we're going to do Dragon Claw, assassinate a troop. Then if you have 5 or more player troops in your trophy hall, which we do now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we're going to get 2 soldiers. So I'm going to assassinate this troop, and that gives me control. Okay, and then I have 2 soldiers that I can use, and here's another soldier, so that makes it 3 soldiers. We'll assassinate this troop as well, and then I have 1 more soldier. So we're just going to go big here in this city, try to gain total control, and then I can choose one. I can promote a card I played, or I can have 2 manas. 2 manas, I think I'm going to promote a card. I think it's time to start thinning that deck. So I'm going to promote a soldier. It's going to go here, and then everything I played is going to go in my discard pile. I could have had 3 manas because I had a mana from here, but I think it's okay. I think thinning is winning. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, orange player. So you see how in this game you think you have the upper hand, and all of a sudden another turn happens and all your troops are assassinated. Alright, orange has three nobles, a doppelganger, and green wormling. First, our wormling has been putting in the work today. Place a spy. If another player's troop is at that site, gain 2 mana. We're going to place a spy here because we have no presence there anymore, and we gain 2 mana for that maneuver. Then with our doppelganger, we're going to supplant a troop. Remember, we have to have presence in order to supplant a troop. So putting that spy there is giving us presence here, so we can supplant this blue troop. Now blue still has control because they still have more than anybody else in this site. And we had 2 manas, and now 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 5 manas to my name. Nothing else I can do as far as manipulating the board. With 5 manas though, I'm going to get the Master of Melee Magther, or something like that. It's going to let me choose to deploy 4 troops, which is a lot of troops, or to supplant a white troop anywhere on the board. Okay, the card I got goes to my discard pile. Actually, I had an extra mana. I always forget I have an extra mana, but with 6, I wouldn't have been able to get the other card. Let's see what we get now. We get a 3. Okay. Actually, I don't have control of this city because there's 1 of me and 2 of the white ones. So that was a mistake. He does have control of that city. Alright, so 5 more. Alright, there they are. And then blue. Noble, 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 nobles. A handful of nobles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, 5 mana though. I actually have 6 mana with my token, so I'm going to get 2 cards that go up to 6. One is the Enchanter of Thay, which is going to let me place a spy or return a spy, which, you know, I've seen orange with all the spy things, all the spy tricks. And then for 2 mana, deploy 2 troops, and you may devour or destroy a card in the market. So the cards I picked up go here. At the end of my turn, I have to discard. Let's replenish. 3 and an 8. That's one expensive card. Okay. And we're going to shuffle. Still in control of Aramikos. So we're good there. If I'm destroying these names, I apologize. I gotta say, I read the names, but I've never really heard how they're pronounced. It's funny, I saw, I don't remember if this game or another game, where they, at the end, they tell you a little bit of different places. And I believe in the Dungeons and Dragons, and then they tell you how to pronounce it. I'm like, yeah, man, like, who comes up with all these? Why can't you call all the places like something simple like Everfire? I guess it's cool. I can't complain. Alright, so orange. Again, a green dragon, soldier, noble, and a dragon cultist. We're going to start by either placing a spy, then supplant a troop at that spy site. This is our expensive card, by the way. Or return one of your spies and supplant a troop at that spy site, then gain 1 VP for each site control marker you have. Okay, so right now I have no control markers. Is there anything that I can do to gain one before I start, what do you call it? Before I do this that I just read. Sorry, I'm thinking in my head. So I have a soldier. So actually, I'm going to spend these 2 soldiers to deploy troops. And I'm going to deploy troops here. And I'm going to gain the site token, which gives me an extra mana. Right, so I've done that. Now I can return one of my spies and supplant a troop at that spy site. Then gain 1 VP for each site control marker you have. So I will return my spy. I will supplant a troop. And by doing that, I've gained control of this city. So now I have 2 control site markers. I don't have total control, but I have site markers. One for here, one for here. So I get 2 points. So don't mind if I do. Alright. And that's our expensive card, of course. And now I have either 2 more soldiers or I could have 3 manas with my Dragon Cultist. You know what? I see I see another spell spinner. I'm gonna take it. I do like that the whole spy thing I have going on, so we'll do that. Replace. Get another 5. 1. Actually, did I have more? Yeah, because of I keep forgetting to add that mana. I could be getting better cards. I'm not gonna go back. Just don't forget about your mana, guys, because it's so easy. I have it right in front of me, and I still forget it. I only look at what's in my hand. All right, there's 4 cards, making it 5, and then blue player. Got Noble, Soldier, Noble, but we do have the white Wormling. Deploy 2 troops, you may devour a card in the market. This is the one we just got. So we can deploy 2 troops, let's do that. Definitely want to deploy 1 here so that the orange player loses control. We don't gain control, but at least the orange player loses control. And we can deploy 1 more, we'll just go down south. Still trying to get control. The orange player has forgotten about this. And I can devour a card in the market. Do I want to? Yeah, we'll get rid of this assassinate 2 white troops. The problem that I found with assassinating or supplanting white troops is that eventually you run out of white troops, and then you have cards in your hand that, unless you get to promote them, they're clogging your hand, because you don't need to destroy any more white troops. There's no more white troops on the board. So we'll just get rid of that one just because we can. And then 3 mana. Yeah, just 3 mana, because of course now that I remember the tokens, I don't have any. And 1 more troop, 1 more soldier that we can deploy. We'll go here. Actually, if I go here, I can start destroying that. But no, I want to go here and start dealing with that city. Forget the orange player. And then 3 mana. I will take the mercenary squad, which just straight out lets me deploy 3 troops. Alright, I discard that. Just like I'm going to discard all the cards I played. We refill the market. Another 2 mana card. Get another 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, orange player is ready to go. Right here. He's got a noble. But that's it. Everything else are special cards. We have this card that lets us promote at the end of the turn. We'll play that one later. We have some flexibility here. Deploy 4 troops. Or supplant a white troop anywhere on the board. Okay, we might do that. And place a spy or return one of your spies. Supplant a troop at that spy's site. Alright, and then the noble. Okay, so we'll start with our spell spinner, which lets us either place a spy or return a spy. We don't have any spies out, so we have to place one. So where do we want to place a spy? You know what? Why not? Let's put it here to kind of threaten the total control that the blue player has over there. So we did that. Okay, now we will go ahead and we can either deploy 4 troops or supplant a white troop anywhere on the board. So we can actually start getting control somewhere else. That sounds really good. If we were to deploy 4 troops, where would we put them? Put 1 here, gain total control. 1 there, that still wouldn't give us total control. And 2 more. That sounds reasonable. So 4 troops it is. Okay, 1 here, only 1 to go to acquire total control. 2 here at Canaglim. Yeah, and 1 here, gain total control here as well. Okay, now we have either, I think we're going to go for the mana. We have 1 mana. All we have is 2 soldiers, 2 attacks left, so it's not enough to manipulate the board except for deploying more troops. But I think we've done enough deploying for now. So if we get the mana, it'll be 2, 3, 4, 5 manas. So we'll take the Cleric of Loasged, this friendly looking guy. It's going to let us move an enemy troop, and at the end of the turn promote another card. I like the thinning part. We'll replenish. Got a 6. That's more affordable. I've placed everything in my discard pile. I got new cards. Let's go to blue. Blue has Noble, and then 3 special cards. We can either get mana or promote a card at the end of our turn. We can assassinate a white troop, get some mana. We can assassinate a troop, then we're going to trigger this, gain 2 soldiers, and then we got a noble and a noble. Alright, so we get to assassinate a troop. It's pretty clear we have to get rid of that. And then we're going to get 2 soldiers. Do we have any other soldiers? No, we don't. So all we get is 2 soldiers. So one, of course, gonna put it here so we can get control of this metal city, and the other one we're going to gain total control. Or sure, actually, let's threaten what is it called? Erendling? Sure. Okay, and then we get 1 mana and we can assassinate a white troop. So let's assassinate. If I assassinate this one, I'm kind of helping her. But it's the one I want to assassinate, so we'll just do it. Okay, and get a mana, 2, 3, and do we want 5 mana or do we want 3 mana and promote? With 5 mana or 3 mana, I don't think it makes a big difference, so we'll promote. 3 manas, let's see, we can assassinate a white troop. I think we're going to take one of these house guards that just gives us 2 soldiers. Alright, what are we going to promote? Probably the noble. Yeah, I would say let's get rid of another noble. Put that down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, time for orange. Got a soldier, a noble, a noble, a noble, and a soldier. Okay, another hand full of just starters. So 2 soldiers and 3 mana. It's 4 mana with that. 4 mana. Alright, first our 2 soldiers are only going to let us deploy troops. So, well, the blue player has kind of given us a spot there, so we'll take it. And then the other one, where can we go? I don't want to really move into a path if I don't have to, but I don't think there's another way. So yeah, we'll start moving up here. Why not? And then I have 3 manas. 3 manas. I'll get one of these house guards. Really, these cards are not. Place a spy though. There's a place a spy for 2. Okay, fine. We'll do the place a spy. We just like placing a spy. Spy master. And of course, that's only 2 mana, so we lose one of them because we can't save any for next turn. Okay. So 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. What do you mean 4? It's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, okay. There we go. Alright. Blue, noble, soldier, and then a couple of cool things. We can find a place a spy. We're not going to return because we don't have any out there. We got a bounty hunter for, every life has a prize. We have the dragon cultist and noble and a soldier. So first, let us place the first spy. I think it's the first time we deploy a spy, but it's going to go up there trying to get rid of that control that's going on over there. And we have, if we pick to use the soldiers on the dragon cultist, we have 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, which is we can assassinate 2 troops, or we can return one of this spy. What this is not. Sorry guys, this should be a spy. Okay. Yeah, let's just get rid of these 2, which means that control is lost here, thanks to our spy and then our 6 power, and then we just have 1 mana, which, So that's a good question. I didn't use this card because with 1 mana there's nothing really that I can buy. The player board says discard your played cards, and I didn't play this, so I'm thinking I just keep this one and draw another 4. I could be wrong. If I am, let me know. I would have to go to the FAQ, which is online. It's not here. There's a frequently asked questions online that I can access and probably get the answer to this. But I'm mean, guys. So if you know the answer to this, leave us a comment, please, so that we all know if I was supposed to discard that or not. I really didn't want to keep that in my hand. It was just a noble, but I guess we will. Okay, we have 5. And we're back to orange. And we have a noble, a soldier, and then a doppelganger, green dragon, all sorts of things. Our Watcher of Thay can let us get another spy out or get mana. Our green dragon, this is our expensive card. We can place a spy, then supplant a troop. That's spy site or return one of your spies and supplant a troop and then gain 1 VP. We do all that and then supplant a troop. So we have plenty of things to do. We have a soldier and a noble. Okay, so if I place with my green dragon, my expensive card, if I place a spy, then I can supplant a troop. So I'm gonna go ahead and place a spy here. And actually, he doesn't have any troops. He just has a spy. Okay, fine. So we'll do it here. Yeah, and we'll supplant that one. That way he loses control of the middle city. Let's do that. So we've used this green dragon, and then we can supplant a troop. So if I supplant a troop here, I gain control. So okay, we'll do that. And then I can either place a spy or return one for 3 mana, which would put me at 4 mana, which I think we're gonna do. So where can I return a spy? I'll return this spy, which has done more than enough. So I have 4 mana to play with, and I'm going to get another Enchanter of Thay, which is the one that lets me place a spy, the one I just played, pretty much. And then last I can deploy 1 troop, which I will deploy here. So I can gain control of this, and I have 2 more manas that I can use to deploy 2 troops? Sure. Alright. And all of this gets discarded. Blue has work to do. The only thing we haven't been able to do is gain total control of one of these cities. 1, 2, 3. Shuffle. It's just, we're really fighting it out. And no one's even care about Tensilville. I guess Orange kind of cares. Really have to be more careful. Okay, how many did I have? 3. So that's 5. Okay, here's our deck.